Hi, Papa Yeager here with This Day in History. April 7th, 1994. Violence erupted in Rwanda, which eventually led to the worst genocide since World War II. There were between 500,000 and 1 million Tutsis who were slaughtered by the Hutus. The problem in Rwanda started in 1990 when the president started in with anti-Tutsi rhetoric. He wanted to consolidate the Hutus. He wanted them to rally behind him, and the way he did this was turning them all against the Tutsis. There were several massacres shortly after he took office, and this eventually just started to heat things up. The government started to arm Hutus so that they would be prepared when they were told to go out and slaughter their fellow countrymen. Then on April 6th, the president was killed in a helicopter crash or a plane crash. And when he was killed, it wasn't immediate. It's not known if it was the Tutsis who were living abroad that caused this to happen, or if the Hutus themselves, extremists, did this because they wanted a reason to blame the Tutsis and begin the slaughter. April 7th is when things really erupted. The murders began, the genocide, and the international community did nothing. There were peacekeepers, Belgian peacekeepers that were in Rwanda that were slaughtered by the Hutus. And after that, the UN and everybody else just kind of backed off. The international community let the genocide occur. In 1994, I was in college. I was blissfully ignorant about the world around me. I was not paying attention to much of anything. I was living in my own world, sheltered. So I was unaware that this was going on, and that's on me. I should have been more aware. President Clinton has since said that not doing anything was the greatest regret of his presidency. I think just Americans, we need to be aware of what's going on in other parts of the world. It's important because we no longer live in an isolated community. We live in a world where what happens elsewhere matters. And I wish I had been paying better attention in college. It wasn't until I started traveling that I took an interest in the world. I want to take a moment now just again to remind everybody that when a president takes office and he tries to be divisive and he turns one part of the country against another, it never ends well. We saw that in Rwanda. We saw what the president did, how he turned things around and made things worse. That is exactly what Donald Trump is doing now. He is turning Americans on each other. He is making things worse. And I am genuinely concerned about how things are going to end. The war, the genocide in Rwanda didn't end until the Tutsis, who had been living abroad, came to the aid of the Tutsis in the country. They were the ones who were able to end the genocide. But by the time it happened, about 75% of the Tutsi population had been destroyed, had been slaughtered. Anyway, that's This Day in History, April 7th, 1994. The violence in Rwanda erupted.